The Ed Hawk Award was established by members of the class of 1971 in memory of their classmate, Ed Hawk, whose life was taken after his junior year at St. Louis U High. The fact that he had been elected an officer of the Student Council in anticipation of his senior year is an indication of his standing among his classmates. Through their efforts, an annual award was established to recognize the senior who, and I quote from the plaque that commemorates that award, through his love and dedication to St. Louis University High School, and through his example of working and giving, was most able to influence his class towards success by cooperation and unity. The recipient of this award is chosen by his classmates. It is my pleasure to introduce to you James Griffard.
As the recipient of the Ed Hawk Award, I am blessed to be speaking to you today. This award is not given to the student who can most ably inspire people with brilliant words of wisdom. I do not have much wisdom to offer. I am a teenage boy who still sleeps with Star Wars sheets, which I plan to take with me to college. So I am not going to attempt to dazzle you with any divinely inspired truth. However, throughout my time at SLUH, I have learned one thing that I think applies to this type of event. Every single person in this opera house has contributed to putting me and 269 of my brothers on this stage. There is not a single person sitting here today who has not been a contributing force to one of the most memorable days in our lives. It does not matter if you are a cousin from out of town, a friend of a faculty member, or a newborn baby. Without your presence, today would not be as special as it is. My classmates and I are sitting on stage, but this is not entirely our day of celebration. Notice the way we are positioned. We are not sitting among you with our backs to you. Instead, we are sitting face to face with you, the people who have made this day possible. We are staring at the people whose love has allowed us to become the men we are today. Not a single student would walk this stage if he were never taught by a teacher or never had a parent or guardian watching over him. A car cannot run without a steering wheel guiding it, or without gas providing fuel. Without my mother's waking me up this morning, I would not be standing here today, believe me. I would probably be sleeping in those Star Wars design sheets or watching TV. It is the coming together of thousands of loving people dedicated to the education of the class of 2012 that impresses me more than the completion of 4 years of high school, even St. Louis University High School. The community that has been built by our efforts is the most valuable thing that we have created throughout these 4 years and is the main cause for celebration today. This is such a powerful and emotional time in our lives. I hope to treasure this moment for many years to come. In fact, for further illustration, I would like at the count of 3 for everyone in the audience to say cheese. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. That's beautiful. This image that I have captured on my cell phone has captured the faces of the many people gathered here to form one beautiful, unforgettable image, even if some of you blinked. So here we are, students, faculty and administrators, parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, friends, maybe even a girlfriend or two, perhaps 2 per each graduate. 4 years ago, we all in unison towed the line for the beginning of a race. 4 years ago, 270 boys went out with their parents' money and bought Birkenstocks and a polo shirt for their first day to school. 4 years ago, the parents of these 270 kids gasped at the tuition rates for this high school education. 4 years ago, 100 plus teachers had just completed another year of changing the lives of previous students. Just 4 years ago, we began, and here we are. We've experienced it all, from our late nights of the Independent Reading Project, to teachers spending long hours trying to read our illegible handwriting, to parents, excuse me, I lost my place, to parents working extra hours just to cover costs. Hundreds of webassigns, thousands of lunches made, and millions of jugs distributed. This was the road we traveled, and now we are sprinting towards the finish. Just a couple thousand of us here in this Peabody Opera House, quickly looking back at 4 magnificent years. When we walk out those doors today, we will have completed our race. We will take off these formal clothes and continue on with our lives. This is the last time we will be together as a community. This is it. So where does this leave us? What adventures lie ahead? We are at the end of the race. The finish line is only a few yards away. But after we cross the yellow tape, our lives as we know them do not end. They keep moving, keep progressing, whether we like it or not. It will always be fun to look back on our 4 years together, but we also need to actively live our lives in the present. In about 3 months, all 270 members of the class of 2012 will disperse across the country, some of us traveling halfway across the world. No longer will our parents do our laundry or make our meals. No longer will our teachers actively help us with our homework. We have been, in a sense, spoon-fed for 18 years, and now we are to split from the ones who have nurtured us so tenderly. These people in this opera house will still be with us, but they cannot watch over us as they did in high school. This post-race time in our lives may seem scary. Perhaps we fear the future and what it holds, but we have been given a gift by the people who love us. The teachers sitting in these first few rows have taught us much more than math, science, and English. All members of our faculty and staff pour their heart into their work. They work hard at what they do, and it is made evident by their student success. Our teachers taught us that hard work pays off. Thanks to their efforts, we have been given a strong education. They also taught us to surround ourselves with people we love. Not a single teacher or staff member would say that he or she does not love kids. This does not mean that we did not get on their nerves. I know from experience that they got pretty mad at us, and most of us have the demerit cards to prove it. But they loved us all the same. This example is key to how to live our own lives, by working hard at what we love and being around whom we love. I would like to thank the faculty and staff of St. Louis U High for showing me how to do just that. But after a long, hard day at school spent with these teachers, and perhaps a hard workout at practice, we come home exhausted, hungry, and stressed. These are the low points in high school, when the only thing we boys desire is food and a warm bed. Fortunate for them, it is these moments that our parents get to spend with us. Out of love, they always ask us, "Honey, how was your day?" And instantly, without blinking, we fire back, "Fine." You would think that they would catch on after freshman year, but they keep asking, and we keep not telling. This loving persistence is another example of how to live our lives in the years to come. Our parents love us so much that even upon being turned down for years, they continue to ask the simple question of how our days are going to demonstrate their caring love for us. In our lives, we can learn from our parents and care for others the way we have been cared for. This love does not have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as packing a lunch, opening a door, or telling someone you love him. So now it is our turn, class of 2012. These inspiring people we face have held our hands, but now it is time for us to let go. No longer will we be told not to talk with our mouths full, but to put our dirty clothes in the hamper. The race is over, but now the living begins. There will be hardships, and there will be happiness. There will be suffering, and there will be bliss. We have been given the keys to success, but now it is our time to use these keys to unlock our own future. I have confidence that every single man sitting behind me can do great things in his life, and I am so very grateful to have the honor to call you men, my brothers and my classmates. I will miss you all more than words can describe, but the class of 2012 and all its contributors will stay in my heart for the entirety of my life. My time for talking is done. Good luck, men, and may happiness and love follow you wherever life takes you. Thank you.